Some vital and good choices there. Make the right one, please. Do help us
out
there. But back to some more good stuff in the show this morning. And the worship and songwriting collective is here. ShofarBand from the Shofar family of churches, which was born out of the desire to write, sing, and record songs God was giving them as a church family. Now it's a band's desire to write music that is centered on Christ and saturated with Bible scripture. Now their new track, Faithful, does just that. So let's take a look at it and see.
When it seems like there's no fruit on the tree, when patience seems so far from my reach, when anxiety is crippling me, when my need, I will lift my eyes. When we're pressing on by faith and not sight, when our hearts feel overwhelmed by the night, in the doubting, in the grief, in the fight.
Beautiful stuff that sets the tone for this Monday morning. And this morning we are really chuffed to be joined by the ShofarBand. They're sounding amazing from their soundtrack already. We've got band members Nontsikelelo Gumede, Jason George and Greg Boy all joining us in studio to talk about the newest track and just life in general. You guys look so happy. You're glowing, man. Even watching your sound check, it's like watching the start of a sitcom or something where everyone's like joking with each other and it's all fun. I'm like, first of all, I wish I was that talented and I could just sit down and sing and play music. But there is a deeper calling at work here with you guys, which we love as well. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being back here. We always have to do this. Personally, check in. How are you during these mad and crazy times? How's the band faring?
How's the band faring? We're in a very interesting space where some of us have been scattered all across the country. A few of us have moved to George. A lot of us are in Cape Town. Some of us are in other parts of the country. But I think even though a lot of us are personally going through very challenging seasons in our isolation and in our various parts of the country, we're united. We're a family.
You've got a collective, yeah.
So we, as individuals, and I guess as a Shofar family, we have this awareness that we're not alone. So it allows us to live with courage.
And not only live, but still doing and creating magic. Literally this month, releasing this new single, Faithless, which looks absolutely awesome. It looks like everything you're speaking about when it comes to family, camaraderie, the relationship with yourself, and of course the divine too. But what's the inspiration behind the song? Where did it come from? And I believe it's written along with a gospel classic, It Is Well With My Soul. What was the reason and rationality behind that?
Yeah, that's it, Greg.
Who's it gonna be?
So I think I started writing this song really just born out of a desire to make an honest confession of just, where we're at. The song speaks of going through difficult times, but in those times, speaking to ourselves and saying we need to lift our eyes to God who really is faithful, and linking it with that hymn, It Is Well, which the story behind that, a guy with an amazing name, Horatio Spafford, in the 19th century, an American lawyer from Chicago wrote the song, but his family had gone to England, his 4 daughters and his wife, on a ship, and the ship went down in the Atlantic and he lost all 4 of his daughters. His wife made it, but in going over himself, and the story is passing the site where the ship went down, he actually wrote that hymn, saying, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul. And I guess faithful just speaks to that even though we're in difficult seasons, we're able to fix our eyes on God because He is faithful.
And I suppose that's what it's ultimately all about, is it might be insurmountable, it might seem like it's too big, but it has to start with a thought. Being able to collectively go through, process, if you will, these very heavy emotions during these dark times. Nonsi, how important is that as your own emotional tool to be able to process, to be able to connect with your spirituality, to be able to do this every couple of months and create? How important is that to you?
It's like crazy important for me. Like, I went through a very tough January, and being able to come to a team of people who are so passionate about God, who are so passionate about using their gifts and their talents to glorify Him. And it's so uplifting in the 2-month gap. I'm just like, okay, cool. 1 more month. Okay. 1.5 more weeks. We can do this. It's so exciting because just gathering with them, you can feel your spirit lift up. You know, it's not because we're great people. No, you know, we as human beings are like, yeah. But it's just because God's spirit is in each of us, and to see Jason, to see Greg, is to see God. And to see them smiles to remind me that God's smiling today.
Love that.
And as we laugh together, God is laughing with us. He's enjoying this moment with us. And we all need that. We all need a bit of hope.
Boy, do we need that now.
Exactly.
After everything we've been through, man.
And I think it's such a pertinent time. And of course, carrying on with that tradition, we're going to be doing that and so much more on the show. We've got 3 performances from you guys for Gospel Monday. I know you've seen the polls. I don't know if you think of one that's been popular, but we are going to be performing most of them. So we're looking forward to that, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. Of course, it's going to be an uplifting Gospel Monday performance that's going to get you right in the feels and exactly where you need. So ShofarBand are coming up in just a few. Do not go anywhere.